I think that there is a growing trend to ensure that there is improved quality and coherency around humanitarian response, but that there are at the same time challenges around common definitions with regard to what are the characteristics of quality in terms of impact, and also around what are the characteristics in terms of being able to ensure standards, particularly related to accountability to affected populations. I think I see those as being two major trends in the humanitarian sector today. Certainly one of the major challenges is the increasing number, frequency, and magnitude of humanitarian crises. I would say particularly related to politically induced crises and in conflict-sensitive environments, creating a very difficult challenge in terms of access and ability to deliver humanitarian support for those in need and those who deserve humanitarian assistance. I see that as being a major challenge. Another major challenge is that of funding for agencies, whether it be the UN or INGOs or local partners, and even governments, to be able to provide the comprehensive humanitarian support that is required. So the funding is becoming an increasing challenge, and the coherency and coordination around that funding. I see in terms of opportunities the rise of new stakeholders, an increasing, and when I say stakeholders, I mean governments as well as agencies, communities, the private sector as well. I think there must be a way, and that we need to be harnessing these opportunities in a much more coherent fashion, and that we also need to optimize opportunities of having affected communities engaged in determining what are the most appropriate humanitarian responses to address their needs and their rights. I also think as an opportunity is the continued discussion and work around resiliency and creating better protected communities for the future. But how we link that with humanitarian is still a challenge. So I see that as both an opportunity as well as a challenge. But I think you could look at this question in two ways. What do you think it will look like, and what do you hope it would look like? So I'm going to answer with what I would hope it would look like. And I would certainly hope that there would be really greater coherency and collaboration with how the many different actors are working together to help prevent and respond to humanitarian crises. Will it look like that? I'm not quite sure, but that would be my hope, and I think that that's the aspiration of many stakeholders today. I think that there will be more ownership of and commitment to by national governments and local communities to be prepared for and to be able to respond to humanitarian crises as they occur more frequently. However, I think they'll be challenged by the severity of, unfortunately, what will continue to be climate-related trends that will impact upon the magnitude and the frequency of disasters, as well as, unfortunately, I think also politically induced crises. I do think there will be a growing number of interested and engaged stakeholders. I think that we need, as mentioned before, in terms of challenges and opportunities, I think this is a great opportunity, but I do think that the sector will be much more comprehensive in approach in terms of having more and diverse stakeholders and in 10 years' time, and then we're already seeing that today. I would really hope that there would be a much greater collaboration and a much greater common understanding of the aspirations of the services that are being implemented in response to needs and to rights. And I would really focus on the rights side of that issue. I think the Spirit Project has played an excellent role model, if you could call it that, in terms of setting standards in terms of technical areas as a Sphere project. I've been really impressed over the years with how the Sphere project evolved, how it undertook such a consultative approach in developing the standards in the technical areas that we are all working on in humanitarian response. I would like to see the Sphere project taking on a greater role in, expanding that approach in terms of not only the consultative process to reach common indicators for humanitarian standards, but also the methodology undertaken. I think is a great model to share and to build upon. I do see the Sphere project as being one in which that we move beyond technical areas and then it become less of a project than it is a common approach. So, I hesitate to say that the Sphere project would, I definitely don't think the Sphere project will look like it does today in 10 years' time, and that indeed it evolves into a much more comprehensive approach with the other actors in the humanitarian sector.